September 11th is a day that will live in infamy. And due to what happened after the fact, George W. Bush made an act called the Patriot Act that gave law enforcement additional resources to help find and convict acts of terrorism and the people who do these acts. Now, the Patriot Act is something that a lot of people either are for or against. So a lot of people like it because you're able to look more deeper into certain situations. So law enforcement can get warrants to search phone records. They can do better security jobs and surveillance and keep an eye on certain people that they think are suspects. Whereas a lot of people believe that it is something that is an overburden of privacy because of the fact that law enforcement are putting more into the investigations and actually digging into people's personal lives and their privacy and pretty much anything that anybody has. So they can look into anything and pretty much keep track on you with anything you do. Now, there is one instance that the New York Times wrote an article about a U.S. attorney in Washington I believe it was Oregon, named Brandon Mayfield. And he was accused of having to do with the Madrid bomb attacks. Now, he was accused and arrested for over 2 weeks, whereas the Spanish law enforcement knew he had nothing to do with it. So he was arrested, and then they later found out that he had nothing to do with it, that his prints were wrong, and they wrongfully accused him of something he didn't do. Now, as for the Patriot Act, I specifically do not have my own view of it. I think in ways it is good and in ways it is bad. Again, it all depends on certain situations. I think it's understandable to want to look deeper into certain situations if you think someone is a terrorist, but there have been circumstances where FBI and law enforcement have dug into people's personal lives and they had absolutely nothing to do with terrorism or any acts about it. And then there's also the good side of it where it can help find these people and arrest them sooner instead of something bad possibly happening.